a boxing fan, I think you're going to love this, and hopefully it's going to inspire a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are in the same position presently that I was in a few years ago. To see what I'm doing with myself in present day, and I think it'd inspire them a little bit. I mean, it's not just doom and gloom. There was some wonderful times, and it's great to go through the fights in Vegas, the fights with Mayweather and Pacquiao, and Costa-Zoo fight, the City of Manchester, you know, and all them things, and seeing me grow up from a young age. There's footage on there that no one's ever seen. But also, you know, there was some downsides, and it's, you know, I've done stuff that I wasn't proud of at the time, but I was a very, very poorly person. But there is people out there that presently in the same position I was in, and it'd be nice for them to watch it and say, listen, if you do the right things, you can come out the other end. And if that comes across in the documentary night to people that are in the same boat, then it's well been worth it, hasn't it?
Well said, Ricky. Well said. What is next for Ricky Hatton, for Talksport listeners who are massive fans of you? What does the future look like for you? Do you still have that love for boxing? I mean, for argument's sake, we got Smith Eubank live on Talksport this weekend. Are you going to be casting an eye on that?
Yeah, I might be actually going, to be honest with you. I've only just recently come back off holiday, and I've not really given much thought yet. But I fancy Liam again. I think it'll be a better fight this time. I think last time Chris Eubank, he bowled himself down. He'd gone down a weight ante to try and fight Conor Benn, and then before you know it, the fight with Liam was on, and I don't think he had time to bulk back up, if you get me meaning. And I think that maybe affected his punch resistance, because he's normally got an iron chin, but first time Liam hit him, and Liam is a good puncher, certainly, bearing in mind the level that Liam's boxed at. But I think this time, I think he'll be a lot fitter and stronger this time, Chris. So I think it'll be a better fight. But I just think Liam has boxed on a regular basis at the higher level, and I think he'll probably have a late round stoppage, or maybe a points win. I don't think that Chris Eubank isn't capable of winning it, to be honest with you. I think the last fight he got hit on the chin. We've all been hit on the chin, but I think he was a little bit drained through getting that weight off when he had to move down a weight to fight Conor Benn. I think he'll be a lot stronger, fitter this time, and he's certainly got a better chance. I think it'll be a better fight, but I think Liam has just mixed in that little bit better class, and I think that will be the telling point on Saturday.
You know, obviously we've seen and we've heard of stories like this before. Boxer hits the big time, huge following, huge success.
But his was remarkable following.
Falls from grace, hits hard times, now gets himself together.
Yeah.
We've heard it all before. But with Hatton, I don't know about you, I think it's different, because the guy is so genuine that he wants to put some good back into the fight game.
Yeah, I mean, his journey is a very strange one, because you see these situations where fighters are very disciplined through their careers, and then the lights go down and all of a sudden they have their challenges. Jake LaMotta was the classic case in point. But in Ricky Hatton's way of living, his achievements were remarkable, but you would often see Ricky during the breaks in fights allow himself to lose his discipline, and that's where the nickname Vicky Fatton came from, didn't it, in terms of his preparedness to lose his shape and discipline, which made some of his achievements even more remarkable. The fact that he's now in a situation where, I suppose in life, you can only bounce when you hit the bottom, and I think he had to get to the bottom. And there was a couple of instances in the last 2 or 3 years where I've seen Ricky in certain social settings that was quite disturbing to see the circumstances he found himself in Manchester a couple of times. And the last time I saw him, we saw him twice. You and I saw him at the Mansion Club when we saw the Joe Joyce Daniel Dubois fight, and we had a good chat with him. The last time he came in the studio, you could see that there was a new clarity about his thinking.
Yes. Yeah.
And he has had challenges. He's had challenges in a relationship with his father. He's had challenges with his own mental health. Yeah. And of course, when you leave a sport like boxing, like so many people talk about, like Robbie Williams, the pop star, used to suggest when you come off the stage and the lights went down, you went back to the hotel room, you were still mentally in a certain space, but the lights had gone down. And for a sportsman that was so revered like Hatton, the challenges must have been significant.
Sure.
But he looks as if he's got himself together. This would be a fascinating journey into the mindset of somebody that operated at the highest level, had the massive amount of support, and had the challenges and demons. It's got it all, isn't it?
I know it was a major challenge for Ricky that night.
I know where you're going with this. To listen to me about Joe Joyce and Daniel.
Yeah, the misfortune to sit beside you. We're coming up to quarter two. A bit of a mixture in the final part today. No excuse for that, though, because so much going on. Southgate will name his England squad shortly. And in the meantime, we're going to do more on the upcoming Rugby World Cup.